My name is Alex, and I want to share my journey to find a new home. For many weeks, I looked for a quiet apartment in the city. My old place was very noisy and too small for an engineer. Every morning, I checked the internet for new rental advertisements. Many apartments were very expensive or too far from my office. I felt a bit tired, but I stayed very positive. One sunny afternoon, I saw a beautiful advertisement for a bright flat. The price was fair and the location was perfect for me. I called the owner immediately to ask for a visit. Her name was Sarah, and she sounded very helpful on the phone. I put on my favorite dark blue shirt and drove there. The building was modern and surrounded by tall green trees. Sarah met me at the entrance with a warm, professional smile. We went to the fourth floor and entered the living room. Sunlight filled the space through a very large glass window. The kitchen was small but very clean and modern. I saw the bedroom and imagined my peaceful sleep there. This place felt like the home of my dreams. Sarah explained the details and mentioned a formal rental agreement. I agreed because I like honest and legal business. My heart was full of hope after our short meeting. This visit was the successful start of my new chapter. The next day, Sarah invited me to her downtown office. The building was made of glass and looked very impressive. I arrived there with all my personal documents in a folder. We sat at a polished wooden desk to discuss the papers. Sarah looked very professional in her emerald green blouse. On the desk, I saw a stack of white paper pages. This was our rental agreement, a very important document. She explained every paragraph of the contract very clearly. We checked my full name and her details on the first page. The apartment address was written correctly in bold letters. The rental period was for 1 full year of living. I planned to stay there for a long time, so it was perfect. We discussed the monthly rent, which stayed exactly the same. Sarah said the payment is due on the first day of each month. We also talked about the costs for water and electricity. I understand that these extra bills are my responsibility. A security deposit was another necessary point in our talk. This deposit protects the apartment from any accidental damage. I agreed to pay it because the rules were very logical. The office atmosphere was quiet and very productive for us. Sarah answered my questions with a lot of patience and care. Every page of the contract brought me closer to the keys. I felt like a very responsible and serious adult man. It was a great morning with very positive results. Sarah continued to explain the specific rules for the building. She pointed to a paragraph about noise during the night. The neighbors are quiet people, so I must respect them. I like the idea of living in a calm environment. We also discussed the policy for pets in the apartment. The agreement said that dogs or cats are not allowed there. I did not have any pets, so this rule was fine. Smoking was also prohibited inside the rooms or on the balcony. I am a non-smoker, so these conditions were excellent. We reviewed the maintenance of the kitchen and bathroom. Sarah promised to fix any big problems as the owner. Small repairs like changing a light are my job as a tenant. I am an engineer, so I enjoy fixing things myself. She gave me a list of phone numbers for emergencies. There was a number for a plumber and an electrician. I felt very safe having all this detailed information. The sun was bright outside the window, lighting our desk. Every detail of the agreement was fair for both people. I felt very confident in my choice and my future stability. Sarah was very helpful in explaining the difficult financial words. I learned many new terms about real estate today. Our conversation was professional and very pleasant for me. I was ready to confirm my agreement with a signature. My path to the new home was becoming very short. Each rule made our partnership more clear and honest. I value this level of organization in official deals. The most important moment of our meeting arrived. Sarah handed me a sleek black pen for my signature. I felt a little excitement as I took the document. I wrote my name on every page of the rental agreement. Sarah did the same on the copy for my personal files. Our contract was an official document for both sides. A wave of happiness covered me at that specific moment. Sarah opened a desk drawer and took out something metallic. These were 2 silver keys on a small round ring. "Here are your apartment keys, Alex," she said warmly. I took them and felt the cold, heavy metal in my hand. These keys were a symbol of my freedom and new life. I was the official tenant of my dream apartment. My eyes were shining with joy as I looked at Sarah. We shared a final smile and shook hands very firmly. I put my copy of the agreement safely in my bag. I placed the keys in my pocket, feeling their weight. The office atmosphere was very light and happy for me. Sarah wished me a great move and a nice weekend. I thank her for her honesty and her excellent help. Leaving the building, I saw the city with different eyes. I was the holder of my own cozy and quiet space. This was a successful start for my engineering career. I was ready for big changes in my daily life. My moving plan was already prepared in my head. Every step today was logical and very successful. Today was the big day to move into my new home. The morning was sunny, and I felt a lot of energy. My friends helped me carry the boxes with my things. I held a large box with my engineering tools. The apartment was quiet and full of bright daylight. I put the boxes on the wooden floor very carefully. I opened a large window to let the fresh air inside. The view of the green trees made me feel very peaceful. I saw my books and my guitar in the corner of the room. Unpacking was a long process, but it was very exciting. I organized my clothes in the large bedroom closet. The kitchen looked ready for my first home dinner. I felt a great sense of achievement in this new space. My dark blue shirt was a bit dirty from the work, but I was the happiest man in the whole city today. I sat on the floor and looked at my silver keys. They were shining in the beautiful afternoon sun. Sarah was a great owner to work with during this time. The rental agreement was the beginning of my stability. I am lucky to have this beautiful and modern place. My neighbors were friendly when they saw me in the hall. Everything in this building is organized and very clean. I believe in my happy future in this quiet neighborhood. The first evening in my apartment was very special. I am ready for the challenges of my engineering job. This home is my perfect place for rest and creativity. The sun was setting, making the sky a beautiful orange. I sat in my new armchair with a cup of hot tea. The apartment felt very warm and very cozy tonight. My boxes were empty and the rooms were finally tidy. I looked at the rental agreement on my small table. It was a symbol of my responsibility and my success. The city lights were shining through the large window. I felt a lot of peace and satisfaction in my heart. My engineering work starts early tomorrow morning. I'm happy that my commute to the office is short. I can sleep longer in my quiet and comfortable bedroom. Sarah sent me a short message to check on me. I replied that everything was perfect and very comfortable. I am a proactive man with a stable and happy life. Finding this apartment was the best decision of the year. I value the quiet streets and the friendly atmosphere. My guitar was ready for some music in the evening. I played a soft song and felt very creative. The air was cool and fresh coming from the park. I am proud of my new home and my new journey. My story of the rental agreement ends with a smile. I'm truly blessed to have this wonderful space. Everything is organized and looks very high quality here. I believe in my bright and successful future life. The night was calm and I was ready for sleep. This is the happy finale of my apartment search.
Leave a comment under this video and one of you will get 40 English lessons for free.